Welcome back everyone to another episode of Puzzle Time, where we solve puzzles of increasing difficulty to get better at the tactical aspect of a chess game. In today's video, the theme across all puzzles will be pins, and a pin in chess is a tactic that occurs when a piece is attacked, and if it moves, it exposes a more valuable piece behind it. So recognizing this tactical pattern can help you win games if used correctly. Now, let's have a look at the first puzzle. The first puzzle, you have to make use of a pin to find the best solution to this problem. Every time you are instructed to solve a puzzle, a counter will appear, and this is the time you get to pause the video and solve the puzzle for yourself. You can take as long as you like, really take the time for it, because it doesn't matter how fast you solve it, it's just that you solve it. Whenever you do this a lot, you will see that you get faster at puzzles by yourself. No need to be rushing it at this point. To solve the first puzzle, you have to make use of the fact that the bishop is pinning the f-pawn to the king. Whenever we take the pawn on g6, there is no way the pawn can take back. So whenever we play queen takes g6, the king only has two more moves, going to f8 or h8. And in both cases, whenever we play the move queen to g7 check, it's checkmate, and there's no way to escape for the black king. If you found the solution to this problem, you're ready to go to the next level. So let's go to puzzle number 2. For puzzle number 2, you can see that there is a loose bishop in the middle of the board. Is there a way to simultaneously attack this piece and threaten something else? And how are you going to be using a pin in this kind of puzzle? Take a look for yourself, pause the video if needed. I'll discuss the solution after the counter runs down. The only solution to this problem is going to be playing the move queen to d5. Right now you're simultaneously attacking the bishop and the rook in the corner. Now, if the bishop would take the knight, we just take back with the bishop, and both rooks are attacked at the same time. So that wouldn't be a solution. Right now, they can play the move knight to f3, but right now we are going to use the fact that we can pin this knight to the queen, and whatever happens next in the next move, we'll be able to take the knight, and after that go up a piece. The third puzzle is going to be quite challenging. Make sure to pause the video and really find the solution, because it's really worth your time. Be sure to check every forcing line before actually looking at the solution yourselves. Good luck solving the puzzle. I will give you the solution after the counter. A forcing line starts whenever you sacrifice the rook. After doing this, the bishop has to take back, and right now you can pin the bishop to the king with the move rook to f1. Now this bishop is paralyzed. And for the next move, let's say when knight moves to g8, we're going to play the move knight to d5, attacking the bishop once again. And right now, if they, for example, play queen to c6, we're going to sacrifice the rook. And now after sacrificing both our rooks, we're going to be playing queen to h6 check. If the king moves to g8, we're going to be playing knight takes f6, and it's checkmate. These squares are covered by the queen, this one by the pawn, and the king is attacked by the knight, checkmate, by sacrificing both our rooks. For the fourth puzzle, you can see that the bishop is in front of the king, and whenever we move it somewhere, the king will be attacked. What is the best move in this position? Be sure to calculate all the variations out completely, and do not disregard a line, even if it looks bad at first. The solution to this problem is going to be playing the move bishop to d8, and whenever the king moves to c8, we can give a check on a8, and after he moves to d7, we can play rook to b7. Right now, there's no real way to block, so the king has to move to this side of the board, and whenever it's lured into this position, we can play the move bishop to c7, and after the king moves to e7, we're going to be playing bishop to g3, a discover check, and right now when the knight blocks, you can take this rook. So what happens if instead of that he doesn't play king to c8 but blocks with the rook? Well, now we're making use of the fact that this rook is pinned to the king, and we can just take the rook on f2 with our queen, and after we exchange rooks, also the move knight to b4 doesn't work, because after we take and they play the move king to c6, right now we can just take this rook, and whenever they take back, we have to move rook to b6 check, and we're winning the queen afterwards. And if they take back, we can take the rook, and we're up a full rook, and there's no way for black to keep this position. For this position that is once again just a little more difficult, we have to take a look at this pawn that is attacking the queen, and also the fact that the knight is pinned to the queen. Make sure to find the solution, and I'll discuss it after the counter runs down. First, we're going to take a look at what happens when we take the knight with the bishop. Right now, whenever he takes back with the queen, we can take, and when they take, we take back and we're up a piece. But the queen is attacked by this pawn. So when they take our queen, we take their queen. And right now they can play the move e takes d4, which destroys all our plans, because right now when they take the rook on d6 and they take on c3, they unleash this bishop onto the king. Right now the rook has to block, and when they take our bishop and we take back, take our rook and we take back, there is c takes b2, and now whenever he moves the rook, let's say to b1, they have this check, rook h2, and when they move, for example, to e3, we take this knight, this bishop is attacked, and also this pawn is really annoying, so there's no real way to get an advantage from this position. So instead of taking on f6, we have to play the move queen to f5 check, and they play the move king to b8. We can take the knight now, and after they take, we take, they take, and we take, we're just up a full rook, and this is easily convertible. Now for the sixth and final puzzle, what actually should have been the most difficult puzzle, I don't believe so. There is a way to make use of the fact that we can pin a piece. So take a look at this for yourself, find the solution, and I'll discuss it after the counter runs down. To find the solution, we have to look at this bishop and say it has to move away somewhere, for example to d5, attacking the rook. And right now we open the e-file for a rook to come and pin the queen to the king. Right now, if they block this diagonal with their knight, we can just play rook to e8. And after that, there's no way to block this rook from attacking the queen. So in the next move, let's say after they castle or move to f2, we're going to be able to play the move rook takes e3. And after the pawn takes back, we're just up a queen. I hope you really liked this new puzzle time video. The puzzles were a little more difficult than the ones in the back rank tactics, because the back rank tactics are just easily to spot. The pins normally are just a little more difficult. Let me know in the comments how many puzzles you got right, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye.